Hey everyone, TheWolfpack here. Today I have a new video for you guys, and today I have my latest figures from the new movie Wonder Woman, and I gotta say that I'm pretty excited for this film, more than other films this year around. And well, I mean, for this movie, I have made Wonder Woman, Trevor and Ares, and well, I have upgraded my Wonder Woman. She is not brand new, however, the two others are, and that is because I didn't see the need of making a fully new Wonder Woman. I know some people were gonna make the Amazonian outfit, but I just don't think that outfit kinda suits my genre of figures. I mean, she does wear that outfit for quite a while in the movie, it seems, in the trailers, but her normal outfit, the outfit that we all know, is like just a classic look of Wonder Woman, so I want to keep that image in my collection of figures. So I have just upgraded my version from Batman vs Superman to a few small details that you will see in just a little bit, that I have upgraded from that version to this version. And of course I have added her shield and an upgraded sword according to the film that we are gonna watch. And well, I will be making a brand new, like a fully new Wonder Woman for Justice League, just to clarify. So like, don't ask that in the comments, because don't worry, I got you covered. There's gonna be a brand new version, I guess version number 3 of Wonder Woman for Justice League, including her lasso of truth, because I did not include that this time around. And that is because I just wanted to have something new, like other than the figure that's gonna be very similar to this one in Justice League. I also wanted to keep a cool accessory or a weapon for the figure, just to make the figure look a little bit more new, if you know what I mean, for Justice League. So that is the reason that I did not include the lasso of truth in this showcase, in case you were wondering. But Ares and Trevor both have very cool features to show you guys, so I hope you enjoy this showcase, and don't forget to follow me on Twitter and subscribe if you have not, and leave a like and comment telling me what you think about these figures. So why don't we move ahead and take a closer look at each and every one of these cool figures. Let's go. So first off, of course, we have Wonder Woman, Diana of Themyscira. So this figure actually I made last year for Batman vs Superman. However, for this film I just decided to go and upgrade some of the stuff on her, like her bracelets and her face. I gave her a new design of the tiara that she has on her forehead, and her bracelets are like much more accurate this time. And she also has a arm bracelet up here that's much more accurate to last year's version of it. But the rest of the figure, pretty much, she just got like a little bit of like, I just retouched some of the spaces, some of the areas, just to make it a little bit more accurate and all. But I pretty much kept the original figure. You can go ahead and check the other video out. However, it's not that great, honestly, because I didn't do much customizing in the whole video, just Wonder Woman. I mean, pretty much what I did was I took a new 52 torso of Wonder Woman and pretty much just painted the design of the live action version of her onto the torso. And I gave her a 3-dimensional skirt, I painted the entirety of the legs, and gave her a 3-dimensional belt or straps that go around and over her, not over, but that go on her chest and back. And the hairpiece that I used is the original Wonder Woman hairpiece that comes with the tiara already molded onto the piece. However, I trimmed the very edge of it off so that the painted version of the tiara would go and look fine on the headpiece. And then the new additions to this figure, the stuff that makes this figure unique is the weapons, the sword and the shield. As you can see, this is an entire new design on the shield that I painted onto a brick forge shield. It was pretty much this design, however I painted it with my own gold colors. Basically there was like this sun, or this design that's in gold was in copper color, so I just went ahead, painted that with gold. And I mean, if you compare both shields, the brick forge one and the one that you use in the film, they are so alike, so I just decided to go with that and use it as a base and paint all over that. And well, I gotta say that making these triangles around the shield was kinda tedious, but I am happy with the final result. And yeah, and then the sword is actually one of those newer knight swords that have like two little circles on each side, and I just trimmed those and just sanded and cut the blade, because this blade was much fatter. I'll go ahead and show you the original product of the sword. Here's the original version of the sword, and you can see that there's a lot of difference between both versions of the sword. So yeah, I mean, it was pretty fun, I gotta say, to just create my own version of the sword that she uses in the film. And then of course I painted on the design that you see there. And well, if we go ahead and take off her weapons, at least her shield, because her sword is cool, you can see the other bracelet and the arm thing that she has. I'm not sure if that's like a bracelet or I don't know what that's called, so yeah. And here's the three-dimensional skirt that I made last year, but I retouched a little bit in some areas just to make it a little bit more accurate. And well, the hairpiece is the one that I already explained, the original one, and there I go, separating her body. And there's the so here you can see it's black inside the hairpiece, and her head is I'm not sure which female head this is, but I did not paint the tiara on this side of the face because I usually just go with the more subtle expressions on all my figures, just preference. And yeah, that's pretty much it for Diana, Wonder Woman. So yeah, I'm just overly happy with this figure in general. Second up, of course, we have Steve Trevor here, and for this figure, I saw that in some scenes he's using a rifle, in some others he's using a pistol, so I just went ahead and gave him both weapons. So there you can see a good look at the rifle that he has, rifle, shotgun, whatever you want to call it. These both weapons are from Brickforge, so link will be in the description. I pretty much always just leave those links in the description because I use Brickforge, Brick Arms, all that stuff very often, so I just leave them down there in the not the comment section, the description, just for your convenience. And well, I'm just gonna go ahead and move the rifle a little bit so you can take a look at the torso, and well, the rest of the figure, and the gun, of course. Nothing special with the weapons, of course. They're just painted a little bit just to represent the accurate colors of the weapons. And well, the figure, I just think that this face that I used, I'm not sure what face it is. I always just choose whichever face I have that looks like the actor or the character that I'm trying to make best. So I think this head works for Chris Pine, so I went ahead and used that. And then for the hairpiece, this hairpiece is actually composed of two different brown colors. It's weathered with both It's a combination of both browns. As you can see on the top, it's weathered, and I mean the character's hair isn't one solid color. It's like a combination of two, and so I think this hairpiece combined with both colors does work for the character very well. And well, the character isn't overly exaggerated with details, as you can notice, although I did give him some extra details that I just think it looks very cool, because he's like packed with a bunch of layers on him. He's like wearing a shirt or a sweater, and then on top of that he's wearing another sweater, and then on top of that he's wearing a trench coat. And well, if you can notice, there's the torso piece, which is the white part, and then there's the sweater piece, which is a three-dimensional layer of fabric, and then of course it's the trench coat. So pretty much 2 layers of fabric onto the figure, even though I did not wrap the sweater around the entire torso, just the front of the torso is with fabric. But anyways, I still think it looks very cool, very comfy figure. He's surely not gonna have any cold wherever he goes. And then of course a 3-dimensional belt piece right there on his waist, and normal boots or shoes or whatever those are, boots. And then the trench coat has a few details that I added, some buttons and outlining, and well, the fur on the jacket or trench coat is made out of a pom-pom. I think I'm not sure who came up with the idea first, if it was the Moose Fix or Lego Magic 9, but shout out to both of them. They are very cool people, and they make very cool customs as well. And well, yeah guys, that's pretty much it for my Steve Trevor figure. And thirdly and lastly, and at the end of the line, we have Ares, and this is the first time I ever hear of the character. I know I'm not a super DC fan, I'm more into Marvel and Star Wars, but this is the first time I ever hear of Ares, and well, I'm pretty excited to see what he is up to in the film. But anyways, onto the figure. The figure was fun to make, but also kind of tedious and time consuming, especially for the helmet. If you can tell, it's pretty loaded up, and I'm gonna show it to you completely, but here's a complete 360 of the figure. And well, the only base of the figure, like the only like image, or I guess example I had to follow was that action figure that they sell, like the buildable figure from those 6-inch figures, the Black Series styled DC Multiverse figures, and I had to follow that, and I'm not sure how accurate that is to the film, but basically an 80%, 85% of that was taken onto the figure. So I mean, it can be 85% accurate to the film, depending how accurate the figure is to the film. But yeah, anyways, I still think it's a cool figure, and well, one of the favorite features from this figure, I can words, in my opinion, is the sword that I took. It's a normal knight sword with some dark red blade weather effect. The toy has like this very hot, iron hot effect, so I decided to use that on my figure, and I think it came out very well. I'm very happy with it, as you can tell. And I did realize that the character has a shield. However, I don't know what design, or if there's any design at all on the shield. So I just went with a super weathered and battle damaged shield, as you can see there, with all the black and all the scars, and not scars, but all the marks, battle marks on the shield, as you can see. So we're gonna go ahead and kind of remove his weapons if you will, please. Thank you. So I'm just gonna, there we go. So there's a lot to cover for this figure, so bear with me. So first off, Brick Forge gauntlets, those things, bracelets. I decided to go with those because it has like these large armor pieces on those sides, and I decided to go with those van braces. There we go, van braces for this figure. And then this mini skirt is three-dimensional, made out of fabric. I painted on the knee pads, and there's this belt going around his torso, not just on the torso, it goes around it. And then there's this fabric piece right here that goes over his shoulder as well. His shoulder pads are three-dimensional as well, made out of fabric, and his chest right here is actually three-dimensional. It's not flat. I actually took a piece of plastic and glued it on and just painted the rest of his chest just to make him look a little bit tougher, a little bit bigger. So yeah. And then for the back, well, pretty self-explanatory, a little bit more fabric back here. Now the helmet was the hardest part, of course. And so if we take it off, we'll see a black head with a normal evil-licious face, I guess, because that's like the only thing that I could imagine for Ares, and that's pretty much what the figure has. But now for the helmet, if we remove the figure from the frame, I'll have more space. For the helmet, I guess we can move Ares back there. For the helmet, cow horns, the newer versions of them, the ones that are folded into a more L position. And the base of the helmet was one of those diver helmets that you see in Lego City sets all the time. This one was a black one, however, I modified it. I took the chin part off, and I just put a bunch of plastic onto this, just with the shapes of whatever parts of the helmet were supposed to be there, if I make sense. But basically, here's the jaw part of the cow, I guess. This is a cow skull, I don't know. And then I tried to replicate the look of the cow up here with all the plastic and, I don't know, techniques, glue, paint that I could. So, I mean, I tried to keep it as accurate and as simple as I could, just to replicate that cow look for his helmet, cow skull for his helmet, and I think it came out very, very well. And he has some sort of fabric back here, so I added that. So, yeah. Anyways, that's pretty much it for Ares, and I know it's been quite a while for Ares, but I mean, he was a very tough figure to make, so yeah. And also he has these, I don't know what these are, keys, I don't know, on his belt, I don't know. And of course a lot of battle damage, as you can probably tell. So yeah, that's Ares, guys, and I think that's pretty much it for this showcase, so it's time to move on and conclude this video. So that was pretty much it for this showcase, and I gotta say that I'm pretty sad that this showcase is coming to an end, because I did spend a lot of time working on these figures. Even though Wonder Woman was just an upgraded figure, I still spent a lot of time working on Ares, like hours and hours non-stop, just to make it today a real thing. And well, I mean, the showcase may be coming to an end, but I mean, on Twitter I'm posting images, like just cool images. Just follow me on Twitter. There's gonna be a lot more on there, a lot more content for entertainment purposes, of course. Not videos, of course, just little pictures, images, and just stuff to entertain you guys. With my own figures, of course. Like I just put pictures there of the figures that I'm working on. Sometimes they are not complete, sometimes they are just like work in progress, so I mean you can keep up with me there on Twitter, and I am planning on making an Instagram, so if you have Instagram, I will soon be making one, and I hope I will see you guys on Instagram as well. But anyways, I hope this video was enjoyable, and I hope you feel inspired to make your own Wonder Woman figures. And sadly, these are the only figures that I'll be making for the film, unless a character really gets to me, because it's kind of hard. After I watch a film, I usually just make the figures that I plan to make and that I will ever make before the film. So there will be no like other Amazonian warriors or anything, because I have to make other stuff. Like I have to work on new figures, Spider-Man, and other stuff that I have to get myself to work with. Just other projects that I have to also do, and that is why I will not be making any more Wonder Woman figures. So yeah, but I hope you feel inspired to make your own, and please subscribe if you have not. There will be a lot more of these styled figures, I guess, custom figures in my channel, of course. Most of you know the drill. Subscribe, like, comment, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you for sticking around, and have a nice day. Take care, everyone. Goodbye.